it's Wolfy-Chan, and I'm back with another manga review. And this is manga 4 of Ouran Host Club. So this one goes through the end where the father, they go to the market. This one, Tamaki is kind of in it. So that's kind of the bigger difference from the anime, is that Tamaki is part of the shopping excursion, and then everyone gets found out, and yay, fun. The next one is when Honi Senpai is, he has a cavity and he can't eat sweets. And that one follows a very similar line of, he has a cavity, which still you need to go to the dentist for, and he then can't have sugar until that happens. Well, Honey loves sugar, and Mori is strict about it. And at the very end, he of course goes, "I hate you, Mori." And Mori Senpai is basically like, "I don't know what to do because I care for him. So does he really hate me?" And find out, of course, he doesn't. And yay. Then next we have the Alice in Wonderland one, which I think in the anime is an OVA. I think. And it follows more of Haruhi through and through. Whereas in this one, it was a mix of everything. Like, everyone almost got kind of a part that they were Alice to. So, I didn't quite understand it. And so, I was just kind of like, okay. So it was kind of interesting. And it's very interesting also how in a lot of the anime and the culture of that time, because I know nowadays nobody does like an OVA of Alice in Wonderland anymore. But it seemed like back when I had watched it the first time, and when I was that young, and when kind of anime was at its peak at not at its peak, it's still going up. But like in the 1990s up until the 2000s, up until I think 2010, almost all animes had at least one OVA, and it had to deal with Alice in Wonderland. I don't mean like all of them had it. I mean like a lot of them did. And for me, it was very strange because Alice in Wonderland is of, I believe, English descent. And it's not like a common story in Japanese culture that a girl would just go down a rabbit hole. But I'm guessing it's a story that filled a lot of their brains and was very, got circulated a lot into Japan. That almost every anime has a moment of Alice in Wonderland in it somehow. Even like, I think with Cowboy Bebop, it was like the mushroom one was kind of a little bit of Alice in Wonderland. But that's kind of the thing. That I would almost like somebody explain to me why a lot of animes have an OVA with Alice in Wonderland. Is it just because the creators just loved Alice in Wonderland, and so they had to have an extra one? Which, tell you the truth, they are really cool. Like, the looks, the theme of it, it's really awesome. But it always seems that the theme is going along with the main character, and then it's a realization that they themselves are just really cool people, which is cool. It's just still very kind of weird that almost everything has like an Alice in Wonderland moment of some sort. So that was a very interesting kind of chapter. Then we lead on to the next one, which is when the newspaper people kind of come to play, and the host club is doing something outside for a Sakura thing, or a Sakura festival. There you go. And they themselves are doing this, or having this, and they're, if I remember right, they're having a game where it's like throwing and hitting a ball, and it hits it into the newspaper's back of the head. I don't think there was an ending to it, as much as like it was just this kid that got hit. They want to do articles, but it's on the slander thing. And this is volume 4, so we're getting pretty far along into the anime. So like I'm saying, I'm thinking about volume 10. if not like 9 or 8 will be where the ending of the anime is. And so far, like, it is really cool to see the differences and to see, like, in the first chapter with Tamaki that he goes, like, he runs out of the house, and that's a really sad moment, and he goes to the market with Haruhi instead of all of a sudden popping out and is like, I just wanted to carry your basket. Nah. So that is very interesting. I don't know if it added really anything that he just kind of went with them automatically. But it is kind of interesting, the differences there. And, like, I don't say anything about, or I don't see anything that, like, makes this better or worse than the anime. I don't see the anime being any worse or better than the manga. But it is still very interesting, and I hope that as I keep reading it, I slowly get past the part in the anime. One, because I think I've said this in all 4 reviews now, that, you know, I'm ready to get past it. I've read all this. The artwork is still beautiful, I will admit that. But I'm just ready to see what happens after the big final episode. But, nah, I have to wait for that. So, if you like this video, definitely leave a like. Leave it in the comment section below. Have you read all of the series? Have you read part of it? And has your favorite character changed still? Nope, mine is still Mori. I can't help it. And funny enough, on the cover is Modding and Honey. So that's kind of, it's awesome. I love that. And definitely don't forget, if you haven't already, definitely subscribe. Because I do upload every day from Sunday to Saturday, Monday to Sunday. Whenever you need a video, I got you covered. With either something new, something old, something different. And if you want to follow me on Facebook or Twitter, the links are down below. And I hope that you are having a very wonderful, wonderful day. Wolfy-Chan out. Bye.